Math! Hey everybody, this is Mr. Regner, and this is the Aftermath. Today on the Aftermath, we are focused on focus for week 15, day number 2. So let's get started with number 1. Number 1 says, Edward was evaluating the expression in the box. What should Edward do to correct the error that he has made? So Edward has made an error here inside this box, and the best thing that we can do is actually to just do the exact same problem that Edward attempted to do, and that's going to help us to figure out where the error was. So the big key that I have here is my secret code word, PEMDAS. All right, so I think, is there parentheses? No. Is there exponents? Yes. So exponents is where I start. It's here at 3 squared. That means 3 times 3. So I'm going to rewrite this as 18 divided by 9 times 6 plus 4. If I look at Edward's first step here, he has 18 divided by 9 times 6 plus 4. So he didn't make a mistake there. Let's continue on. So the next thing I would do according to PEMDAS is multiply and divide in the same step going from left to right. So I have 18 divided by 9. Well, it just so happens that 18 divided by 9 is 2 times 6 plus 4. If I look at his next step, he has 18 divided by 54 plus 4. Whoops, that's where he made the error. So if I look at my multiple choice options over here, I'm going to be able to pick out what the error was and what I should have done, or what Edward should have done, I should say, to correct that error. So letter A says multiply 6 by 6, not 9, because 3 squared is 6. Well, that just simply is not true. Letter B says divide 18 by 6 before multiplying and then adding. So divide 18 by 6. Nope, it's actually 18 divided by 9. So it can't be letter B. Letter C says divide 18 by 9 before multiplying by 6. That's exactly what I did. And then just to seal the deal here, letter D says add 6 plus 4 before dividing, then multiplying. Well, of course, we're never going to add before we divide or multiply unless we're talking about parentheses. So our answer for number 1 is C. All right, there's number 1. Let's roll on and take a look at number 2. Now, number 2 says Mr. Edwards is making sandwiches. He has 12 pounds of cheese. He puts 1/6 pound of cheese in each sandwich. What is the total number of sandwiches Mr. Edwards made using all 12 pounds of cheese? So I'm going to write down a little secret code here, and I'll say total divided by slice. What I mean by that is I'm going to take the total amount of cheese, total pounds, divided by the amount of cheese that I need for each slice. That's going to be my answer. So the total here is 12 pounds of cheese. That's going to be divided by 1 slice, which is 1/6. All right, so I can easily turn 12 into a fraction. That's 12 over 1. And now I can use my strategy here to, let's see if I can use my highlighter. I'll say keep, change, flip. All right, so when I keep, change, flip, I have 12 over 1 times 6 over 1. And then 12 times 6, if you didn't know, we could, of course, do that math off to the side. I just happen to know it comes out to be 72 over 1, which is really 72. And a label here, it says, what is the total number of sandwiches? So my label is sandwiches. If I can write here, I'm using one arm today, which I will explain later on in my video maybe. So it's 72 sandwiches. All right, so there's our answer for number 2. Let's keep it rolling and take a look at number 3. Number 3 says, your school rents a dunking booth for a carnival. The company charges $85 to rent the booth plus $13 for each hour of rental. Find the cost of renting the dunking booth for 4 hours. All right, so it's $85 just to get the booth there. Then it's $13 for each hour of rental. So we need to come up with an expression first. So I know it's $85. I'm going to write that down first. It says plus $13 for each hour. So I'm going to take $13 and then multiply it by the number of hours, which I'll represent with an H. Okay, with all that being said, it then says for 4 hours. So I can substitute out the H, the number of hours, and plug it right in with 4 hours. So I have 85 plus 13 times H, which again is 4 hours. That's 85 plus 13 times 4. All right, so order of operations says that I should multiply first. Now, if I don't know what 13 times 4 is, I can of course do math on the side. So 3 times 4, that's going to give me 12. And then 4 times 1 is 4 plus 1 is 5. That's 52. So now I have 52 plus 85. When I add these two together, I'm just going to use the same thing here and say 85 down here. 5 plus 2 is 7. 8 plus 5 is 13. That's 137. And of course, I need a label on there, and the label is dollars. It costs $137 to have the dunking booth at the school for 4 hours. And there's our answer for number 3. Let's keep it rolling and take a look now at number 4. This is our multiple answer question, so we know there's going to be more than one correct answer. So number 4 says, which of these expressions represents the product of 3 and n? So I'm looking here at this statement, 3 and n, the product of 3 and n. I know product means multiply, so really I'm thinking to myself that it's going to be 3 times n. When I look at my multiple choice options, I have 3n, which whenever I have a number next to a variable, that means it's a coefficient and a variable. It means that it's a multiplication problem. So letter A is the same as 3 times n. Letter B says n times 3, and I just happen to know that I have the commutative property that allows me to switch those around. So letter B would also be correct. Letter C, 3 plus n, well, that's the sum of 3 and n, not the product. That one is not going to cut it for me. Letter D is n plus n plus n. When you think about it, when we are repeating our addition like that, repeated addition is the same as multiplication. Since there are 3 n's there that I'm adding together, that's the same as saying 3 times n. So that is the same as the product of 3 and n. So I'm going to circle that one as well. And then finally, letter E says 3 to the power of n, and that would not be correct because that's saying you're taking 3 and multiplying it by itself n times. We don't know what n is, but whatever it is, it's multiplied n times. So there you have it. That is our focus work for this week, and I got to tell you, it's so easy. You can do it with a baby in your lap. That's right, I just proved it. So this is a pretty easy week for you. Hopefully you're going to get a 10 out of 10 on our quiz, and Sadie says, good luck. Go math. Have a great week, everybody. This is Mr. Regner, and this has been The Aftermath.
Math! Aftermath, it's the aftermath. Aftermath, it's the aftermath. Math class is fun, but when it's done, stay in the zone. On your own, it's math review, made just for you. Take a video wherever you go. Aftermath, it's the aftermath. Aftermath, it's the aftermath. Oh yeah.